Be cold there now. That's the one with the little baby. Is she? Yeah. No, she's not from Garrycastle. I thought she was from more maybe.
Good afternoon, viewers, and good evening, viewers. At this stage of the evening it is, and welcome to TEG Cusack Park, where I'm joining co-commentary here for this All-County Football League Division 2 final by Shane Donoghue. Good to have you back, Shane.
Great to be back, Ray.
So, an interesting game. I know we have teams, we just have to get a list of teams here, but I suppose the biggest thing about this final here is both these teams are already promoted, so we're playing for a little bit of silverware for whichever won them. And I suppose looking down from the thing here, favourites should probably be Caulry, their division senior team, playing in the top tier, and Garrycastle relegated last year out of senior ranks. So I presume we'd fancy Caulry to win this game today.
Yeah, look, to be honest with you, I think it'll be tight. They'll have loftier ambitions, both teams, later on in the summer. It's a great opportunity to come in here and test where you are maybe 3 weeks ahead of the kick-off of championship. Caulry on paper probably should be a little bit stronger. If you look at their last couple of years with quarter-finals and a county semi-final, I think their progression has been there. It took them a while to get out of Division 2 up to Division 1. It would have been an objective of Pat Flanagan, who's gone in there this year. And very much Garrycastle, not just to stop the leakage or stem the tide, if you like, but it's a great bounce back for them from what was really a disastrous year with all their groups last year. Their senior team getting relegated, intermediate relegated from Division 1 in the league, which would be a mixture of their panellists and their starting team, and indeed their second string got relegated last year. So there's been a focus obviously down in Garrycastle to give a push, try and get back up to senior ultimately, but the first step in that is to get out of the doldrums of Division 2, because you need to be playing Division 1 football fairly regularly and to be at the top of it. So I think there's a lot riding on it in terms of that. Where are we? Are we ready for what's coming ahead? And look, Jimmy Dolan is probably the only one returning. No, Owen Mulvihill as well was involved with the county.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Caulry getting a number of county players back with Kevin Maguire and Senan Baker. You know, it's
Jack Connaughton there as well.
How will those, and Conor McCormack, how will those lads gel into a team that's been operating in the league without them? So there'll be little things that Pat Flanagan will be looking at. And ultimately, yes, a bit of silverware will be very nice, but a team can get carried away with a really good league final and then go in to the start of a championship a little bit complacent. So, you know, the picture's always going to be bigger. But tonight, for an hour, I'd hope to get a good contest and probably gauge where teams are in terms of conditioning and game style and what they're going to do.
Yeah, and you know, you've mentioned a couple of times there, but both teams here under new management this year. You know, we had Shane Curran involved with Caulry for the last 2 years or so, and they brought in Pat Flanagan, wily campaigner, been around the block a good few times, has had great success in most clubs that he's gone to, as well as at inter-county level. So he'll be hoping to take Caulry up that one step further, and you know, get right down into the latter stage of the champs. Yeah, they were beaten in the semi-final last year, and he'll be hoping, I said, to try and break in ahead of Kinnegad and St. Lomans.
Well, certainly he has the panel to work with at the moment. Pat Flanagan's been phenomenally successful at club level and indeed at times at county level in many different counties, and he's adapted his game. I think he's very shrewd technically and tactically. But what I've always noticed about his teams is the conditioning that they come in with, and even now looking out at Caulry, they're quite trim, they're a little bit bigger than they might have been, and they're the little steps that teams need. Then on the other side, you've Carl Henson has taken over his own club.
Gary and Carl Henson.
It has been a little bit of turmoil in Garrycastle over the last couple of years, which saw them being relegated from the top section, senior, then relegated down into the intermediate. They're looking to turn that back, and most often it takes an inside man or inside team to do that. Club identity, getting everybody rowing in the same direction, being honest with each other. They're all in it for the same thing. It's not that feeling that maybe somebody's coming lining their pockets or whatever the case can be. It's really a club effort, and that's what I think will happen with this Garrycastle team this year. They don't want, a lot of them don't want their legacy that they were the team that got relegated and remained relegated. And like I said, this is the first step towards rectifying that.
Yeah, we know, Shane, and we'll talk about it further on as the year goes on in our podcast and whatever. We've mentioned it down through the various number of years. That intermediate championship is probably the most difficult championship to get out of, and they'll be hoping for the bounce back in the first year.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what, I played against them myself the last time they were intermediate back in 1996. In fact, Milton Pass beat them in here in the first round of that intermediate championship that they went on to win. But yeah, it's very difficult if you don't rebound immediately. You start to lose bodies. There isn't the same appeal, like it or not, there isn't the same appeal to somebody who's on the fence or on the cusp of playing or committing. There isn't the same appeal to operate at intermediate, so you begin to lose panels. But it's also, it's a very difficult championship in the sense that it's very attritional, and probably the space isn't used as well, and the game is a little bit slower, and it's harder to really dominate sides with high level of skill execution.
Yeah, it's very true. But look, for our viewers at home that are joining us here, we'll give you the two teams, the two lineouts now. From your team that's going to go on the screens, there will be changes on. There's 4 changes on both sides. And we'll start with, first of all, Garrycastle. And they line out as follows. In goals is number 1, Sean Brennan. The first change comes in the right cornerback position where number 2, Jack McVeal, doesn't start, and he's replaced by James Dolan wearing number 24. The fullback, Jack Dunham, will wear 3, and Gary McCannon completes the fullback line wearing 4. The half-back line, Anthony Larkin at 5, Matthew Goheen at 6, and Killian Redmond at 7. Middle of the field, Andy Monaghan will wear 8, and he's partnered by Conor McKiernan wearing 9. In the half-forward line, Mickey Monaghan's at 10. Second change, Jerry Heenan wearing number 11 doesn't start, and he's replaced by number 20, Owen Mulvihill. And number 12, Dermot Murtagh, doesn't start, and he's replaced by Conor Cosgrove wearing number 19. And in the inside line, number 13, Cathal Mannion, doesn't start. He's replaced by number 22, James Sheeran. The full forward is James Nugent. And completing the Garrycastle line out, number 15, Ben Dunnigan. And Caulry, they line out as follows. Again, four changes to their starting team, what's on your screens. And the goalkeeper is Jack Connaughton wearing 1. The first change is number 18, Sean Fox, comes in replace of number 2, Darren Hines. Tom Clunan is the full back, he'll wear 3, and Damien Dolan at 4. In the half-back line, Ty Baker at 5, Owen Grennan at 6, and at number 7, Harry Stewart Traynor doesn't start, and he's replaced by the number 17, Kevin Maguire. Middle of the field, Stephen Connolly wears 8, and Colin Murphy wears 9. In the half-forward line, Olin Healy, wearing number 10, doesn't start. He's replaced by 19, Sean Clinton. Aaron Rourke is the centre half-forward at 11, and in left half-forward position, Shane Lawless doesn't start, and he's replaced by number 20, Senan Baker. And the inside line, Emmett Nally wears 13, Alan Melinda full forward at 14, and Conor McCormack completes the Caulry lineup number 15. Our referee for today's game, Barry Pearce from the St Mary's Rochester Bridge Club. It's, both sides, which is nice to see, especially we look down at the Garrycastle lads. Big numbers, large panel tugged out. There is a couple of changes and a couple of injuries or whatever, but I'm sure at the same time for Gary Dolan and Carol Henson and that new management, they'd like to get the year off positively and get a bit of silverware and maybe just encourage these young and give them that little bit of encouragement. They've brought in younger players as well. We see them down there. I see Ben Dunnigan. We've seen names maybe we haven't seen already with Garrycastle down the years. So they're very much in transition.
They are. They've blended it nicely. They're going with You know, a very strong outfit, put their best foot forward. Caulry, likewise, you know, we knew when we saw these programmes that there was most likely changes and some of the stronger players are coming in. You know, I don't think it's quite like Dublin last night, starting their full hand and falling, but this is about getting minutes into lads' legs. I'll say it, yes, of course, winning the division, getting their hands on the cup would be a little bonus, but they've got what they want out of it. They're promoted, both sides. This is now all about getting minutes into lads, getting game structures in place, getting the county lads embedded back into the panel, getting some proof on some of the younger lads that they can handle playing. What I would expect pace-wise will be quite different than what much of the league was played in. You know, we've had torrential weather over the last number of months. In fact, I didn't get to a huge amount of league football myself because of that. The weather has been terrible. You know, this is the first time in a while that they'll be out on a bright evening. It's not overly sunny, but it's dry. It's
firm sod here in
fairly warm.
TEG Cusack Park.
Quick surface, and there's a bit of a breeze to contend with. And I would think that there'll be an energy about it. Some lads will be looking at nailing down their place. Others will be just, like I said, embedding themselves back into the club scene. So they're all the things that management will be looking at today.
Yeah, Kevin Maguire and Senan Baker, you know, two that were involved. Jack Connaughton was the sub-keeper on the county team as well. So there's three lads that probably have played no league football with Pat Flanagan, whether they've been involved with them at any stage or not, but they certainly wouldn't have played many games with them. And on the other side you have James Dolan and Owen Mulvihill, who would have been involved with Desi's panel as well. They'll be coming back in here. So they'll be looking to, you know, get a settled team, I suppose, is one of the other things as well, getting ready for the first round of the championship in 3 weeks' time or whatever.
Yeah, and these players who would be idols within their groups, and in fact some of them are really idols within Westmeath. You talk about Jimmy Dolan, just recently announced his retirement. Of Kevin Maguire, will he go for another year or not? But when they get back in with their clubs, it gives everybody a boost. You know, we've seen it in Milton Pass when you have Sam Duncan come back in and the level of training. So there's been a couple of weeks maybe that these lads have got a couple of sessions in, and I'm sure it lifts the level, and it's important then that they see some sort of result of that during gameplay on the pitch tonight, that they can bring it back into next week. Again, I say it as much as it sounds a bit strange, the result isn't the most massive thing here tonight for teams and for managements. The only thing about it, this is a local rivalry, so there's that bit. You know, our own Donny Malone, the former PRO at the county board, is sitting down beside his wife and their newly born daughter, or recently born daughter, and that's a Caulry man and a Garrycastle woman. So we've that going on, and it'll go on with a lot of families. So there's probably some bragging rights here as well. Right?
Yeah, I see a lot of position change out there. Number 15 is Conor McCormack. Again, has been involved in the Westmeath panel. He's wearing number 15, but he's going to line out in the middle of the field. Kevin Maguire has gone in at centre half back, which is no real surprise. You know, a few positional change as well. The evergreen Damien Dolan back in there. You know, Garrycastle pretty much as what we've given out, and referee Barry Pearce gets us underway on the ball. First on the break for it is the Caulry man, and that's Conor McCormack, who left footed fires a nice ball in, looking for Senan Baker. He's gone into the full forward position, and the first opportunity here now for Caulry. The shot comes in from Aaron Rourke, and the opening score after just 18 seconds. So certainly Caulry looks like as well that they're playing against the breeze. Looking just the flag down below us here, it seems to be going from our left to right as we look out here from the stand in TEG Cusack Park. And Sean Brennan here now with his first kick out, right footed. Nice ball it is, and he finds Owen Mulvihill in a bit of space, and he grabs it, gets the mark, and then moves it on as far as Jason Nugent. Nugent trying to tread one in, lovely ball in, looking for the inside man there. It's James Sheeran, and Sheeran lays a pack, and that's a great response from the Garrycastle man. Fired over the bar there first time. I think that Jason Nugent with the score.
Yeah, and if the first minute is anything go by, Ray, this could be very enjoyable because both sides have been quite direct straight away. Obviously from the throw-in, everybody's set up. There's no mass defences. Early ball into Baker. Now there's a kick-out targeting, but similarly the early ball into James Sheeran, who won it well. There was nobody coming off his shoulder fast enough because it was a real goal chance. But Garrycastle have that aid of a bit of a breeze and ensure that they look to take advantage of it with a kicking game in this first half.
Yeah, Mickey Monaghan, the latest man to try his luck with that shot from about 25 metres out or so, but couldn't get it on target. But Kick out was lost there. They were looking for Senan Baker. The good kick from Jack Connaughton. He's ready now back on the 20-metre line with his second kick out, breaking, and he drills it out low, but he won't be happy with that because it's straight into the arms there of Jimmy Dolan, and Jimmy Dolan, he's up in the half-forward line. Thought about pulling the trigger then and just is forced to lay it back here, and that's the second chance of the shot from Mickey Mann, this time he's a 50% shooter. He fires that one over the bar, but Jack Connaughton kick out. He certainly won't be happy with that first one. He's back out on the 20, but Jimmy Dolan pushing up as well, and no better man than Jimmy Dolan to get an opportunity to get a goal for his side. Whether that's club or county, he's been a great servant as well. We have to compliment him on the service that he's given the county team over the years. This time the kick out is gathered by Andy Monaghan, and ball broken down. Jack Donoghue just got a hit from behind there. Referee awards the free, and the free is taken and fired in first time. Garrycastle showing well in the early doors. Ben Dunnigan, Ben goes into traffic. 3 defenders around him, they do get it away from him. TEG Baker just lays it off to Kevin Maguire. Again, another great serve, and Kevin throws a dummy, gets clipped, but the referee gives him the advantage, and he's still carrying it forward. Jimmy Dolan is trying to cut him off here, but Kevin is now on the opposite 20-metre line. Gives it in now to Conor McCormick. McCormick just holds it up, and with the left foot, crossfield ball. It's hanging there. Jack Donoghue read it, couldn't get ahead of his man for it there, and the ball swinging in, and it's over the bar again. Lovely score there. McNally, I think it was, with the shot that fired over the bar. So certainly Shane in the early doors, 3 minutes gone, 2 points apiece.
Yeah, and it's nice football, Ray. I like the setup of both sides. You know, they both seem to be quite focused on keeping a few players forward. Caulry are setting up with a line of 3 forwards coming out from maybe the 14-yard line out to the 45-yard line in a straight line for their own restarts, and Garrycastle are keeping at least 3 players up inside the opposition, which spreads the game out a little bit and allows it to be a kicking game.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the ball winners that they have and making a bit more space for their shooters. And the fact that both teams are set up quite similar means, you know, they'll be able to handle it too defensively because they're training that way all the time, obviously. Yeah,
that ball was gathered in there by Senan Baker, and he had his arm being held. I think it was the referee has gone in just to have a word with the linesman in there, but it is going to be a free, and Baker has his first chance of a shot at goal here for the Caulry men. Yeah, the referee seems to be happy, and Garrycastle man just has to move back, and Baker about to take this free for his side, 2 points apiece. Just over 4 minutes gone. And Senan comes in with the right foot. Oh, cross to the right and wide. He won't be too happy with that, but he's on the other end of the scale from the James Dolans, and Kevin Maguire is a young player trying to make his way. Played a good few games with Westmeath this year, and he's a prodigious talent.
Yeah, he is, and I think he just needs a little bit more confidence in his game, and that'll come. But that's a tricky breeze that he's kicking that free into, and it's not something that Senan would have spent a huge amount of time on over the last few months because of how he's deployed with the county, and there's other free play issues.
That's Conor Cosgrove firing that one over the bar, and again, another one of the Garrycastle experienced men there. Got that ball on his left foot, didn't need a second invite, and fires it over the crossbar, and straight from one end of the field to the other. Garrycastle doing very well, and the ball gathered from the short kick out by Damien Dolan under pressure, gives it back to Kevin Maguire. Maguire just lost control of that there, and the Garrycastle men step in again. Conor Cosgrove again, foul I think it was, goes to ground, free on the on Caulry's 65-metre line, just holds that possession, gives it back, and Garrycastle just building across the field. They have a couple of players here. One of them is on this side. Chance now to come forward with it. Given inside where Andy Monaghan has an Andy over crossed out to Gary McCallan. McCallan over to the far side where Cosgrove has it again, and with that left foot puts it down the line here where Mickey Monaghan is out in front of his man, and Mickey gets a little nudge in the back there, and a foul committed, and another chance for Garrycastle after 6 minutes just to go stretch that lead out a little bit further. 3 points to 2 they lead. Mentors down below us, they'll be happy with how they've started.
Yeah, again, a tricky kick from wide on the left-hand side, Ray, but you know, I'm very impressed with some of the tactical stuff that Garrycastle have themselves set up with at the moment. That's a great free, and rewards what really was a very good press on the kick out of Jack Connaughton. They're doing a slightly different press than Caulry do. And then when they did turn over the ball, there's always somebody inside who's been a target to make a run. James Sheeran stepped up on the sweeper, which gave Monaghan a chance to run to space and not be closed over for that long ball in.
Yeah, Caulry win the kick out. That was Mickey Monaghan, the number 10, the man that fired that point over. And as he said, with the conditions and with the breeze and everything else, it was a good score because he was close enough to the sideline over on that far side. Barry Pearce not happy that the free was taken from the right place, and ball was kicked. It's gone over to the far side of the field. There's no one in a hurry to get it back. It's gone out over the sideline. So we just wait for a ball to come out from the goals, and it will be a free for Caulry, and Damien Dolan is going to take it. Just over almost 7.5 minutes. 4 points for Garrycastle, 2 for Caulry, as Dolan just goes back as far as Stephen Connolly. Stephen soling it across the field, very static, and then switches the play with Kevin Maguire, pops it back now as far as Damien Dolan. Dolan with a fisted ball into space here where Conor McCormack is out in front of his man, Gary McCallan. Ball is inside and Dolan's on it again. McCormack trying to get involved again, but good tackling there by the Garrycastle men. Forced Caulry to go back there, and Kevin Maguire has it again. Maguire steps through a tackle, still carries it and spins again. Sees a little bit of space and he's carrying it forward. Needs a little bit of support now. He has it there from the midfielder there is Colin Murphy. The ball is eventually worked over there to Shannon Baker, and Baker this time fires it across the front of the goals. And Sean Brennan a little bit wasn't too sure where that one was going, but he eventually was happy to let it go out over the end line and wide. 4-2 for Garrycastle, as Sean Brennan is ready with the kick out here now. He's found his man the last couple of times. This time right foot, he fires it out over the far side, hanging in the air, and Caulry get the men around it, and they win the breaking ball here, and they're on the move again here now, and a chance coming inside, maybe a chance of the first goal of the game. And taken down there was Emmet Nally, and I think we have a penalty. Shane, was the kick out, put the Garrycastle man under pressure. The wind held it, it was dropping down top of him, but Sean Clinton, I think it was the man that got it, and he moved it inside and eventually pulled it to the ground, and Emmet Nally it was, and Nally is up on his feet. And a chance now for Caulry to get the first goal and get themselves back into the lead. No real complaints to many of the Garrycastle defenders here as Nally comes forward and beautifully tucked away into the bottom corner, sends the keeper the wrong way. First goal of this Division 2 final when it comes to the men from Mount Temple.
Very tidy finish from the penalty spot, but I was noticing it's a high risk press that Caulry are playing at the moment. If Brennan can get that ball a little bit further off the boot, and you'd imagine with the wind he might, that Caulry are pressing so high, if they get caught behind, they're very, very open, and there's James Sheeran going up.
Yeah.
But Kevin Maguire is playing a central role in the middle of that field, between carrying and running through the middle, and he's trying to do that before Jimmy Dolan gets back into his sweeping position.
Yeah, and Caulry are on the move again here. Oh, Alan Mullin. And let's call it what I would consider an easy opportunity there, not taken there, but from that kick out, Sheeran got hands on it, but it was broken down. Maguire and Baker, they came forward at pace, and Kevin seems to be quite happy getting forward there at every opportunity. Seems to be playing in the middle of the field as such for him, but certainly he's an asset. If he can get on enough ball and carry him, he'll break a tackle and he'll be the extra man.
Sean Brennan's really under pressure here, and it's actually after being considered taking too long. It's going to be a hot ball inside. But yeah, Caulry are putting Sean Brennan under a lot of pressure, and what Sean has to try and do is kick it out over that press rail. There is space over the press, even and get it away from the goal as far as you can if nothing short is on. Similarly, as I just say, Garrycastle were impressive with their press on Jack Connaughton, so both sides have focused on this quite a bit. Yeah,
Shannon Baker was in for the throw up there, and he got it, and he gets the shot in, but doesn't trouble Sean Brennan overly there because it drops kindly into his hands, and Garrycastle have the ball. Owen Mulvihill is coming out with it again, taking on his man on to Cosgrove through the hands of goals. Now Gary McCallan has it. McCallan fires it inside looking for Ben Dunnigan. The referee signals that Dunnigan has been held. Damien Dolan, he's a wily campaigner and he's pleading his case, but the referee not going to listen to him. Gives the free for the number 15, and another opportunity for Mickey Monaghan to get us back on level terms. Again, probably not as difficult as the one he scored, but still, with the breeze swirling around here, it's certainly well within this man's range. inside, drops it in. Hadn't a whole lot to spare, but does get it over the bar, and we're all tied at 5. 5 for Garrycastle, 1-2 for Caulry. Jack Connaughton, he's in a hurry to try and get this ball out before Garrycastle get the set up, and left-footed. Fires it out this side of the field, but that's going to be intercepted. Jason Nugent gets it. Nugent on to Sheeran and through the hands of goal. They're looking for Jason Nugent there, and 2 defenders really messed that one up. There's a chance here. Can Jimmy Dolan pull the trigger? Oh, he does it. It beat the goalkeeper, but just off the butt of the upright and stays out for the Caulry men, and under pressure right back in their small square, and eventually can break through the tackle and they have a chance to clear it. But that was a great opportunity for James Dolan, and certainly would have backed him. He knew what he was doing. He just tried to roll it in along the ground, but just against the upright, and comes back into play.
Yeah, the hand pass to Jason Nugent hit the floor, and surprisingly he managed, by not going for the ball, to actually get it through a gap of 2, and then Jimmy didn't quite nail it. The strike had beaten Connaughton in the goal, but he hit the bottom of the post. But look, I'm very impressed with both sides, with how intelligent they are at finding their inside players or isolating us to get them a one-on-one and play that kick pass. Is very, very impressive from both. Yeah,
the shot is coming in from the number 4, Gary McCallan. And Gary, he's a well-experienced campaigner there. That time with the left foot fires it over the bar. Jimmy Dolan was involved there as well in that build-up. And Garrycastle will be quite happy. Shane, 6 points after 13 minutes. It's a nice return. Unlucky maybe not to get a goal along with it, but they're in the lead with that solitary point. There's an injury down here as a Damien Dolan getting a little bit of treatment, and I see a sub being called from the stand here. Yeah, he's making his way very gingerly. The man being called down is the number 21. That's Neil Clinton. He's not in yet. And Dolan is making his way off, and Jack Connaughton goes long with the ball, and jumping for that there was Conor McCormack, and the referee signals and pushing the back, and they take it quickly, but the referee looked like he was going to allow the play to continue, and then he calls it back because it wasn't taken in the right position. So it's going to come back here for the Caulry men.
Caulry need to be a little bit smarter there. That's twice that Barry has called them back to take the free from the correct position. Shannon Baker should have turned around, tossed the ball back to McCormack. The same pass was on. McCormack would have made it, and they had a 2-on-1 inside. So that's a little bit of cuteness that needs to come with it, or understanding, smartness.
Neil Clinton has just been introduced in place of Damien Dolan. So Dolan, after 14 minutes or so, has gone off. And Caulry have taken the free. They have it short here. Colin McCormack, very close to over carrying it. Did well to drop the ball on the ground and gets the pass inside for Emmett Nally. Tries to take on his man, forced to come back out. Baker getting involved again as he comes back outside his own 40, or the Garrycastle 45. Sees that Kevin Maguire has time and space here to gather the ball. Baker wants it back off him again, and he throws it across the field and just holds that ball. Caulry, nice and patient. Neil Clinton, the man that's just been introduced, gives the ball off here now to Stephen Connolly. Connolly has a teammate in plenty of space over there. It's number 18, Sean Fox. Right foot has moved in. Caulry, nice and slick now as Owen Grennan comes forward. Grennan back inside. But again, Caulry have gone over into that corner, need to get out there, just need to recycle it, and then under pressure they give the ball away and get Garrycastle turn it over, and Conor Cosgrove carries it forward. Has support here from Gary McCallan. McCallan has just got a point for his side. He does well and sees that there's a man coming in space over the far side. Mickey Monaghan. Mickey down the line it goes as far as James Sheeran. Sheeran holds off his man. Knows that Monaghan's there beside him, but not on the same wavelength. Blind hand pass gone out over the sideline. Line ball for Caulry that they've already taken, and it's with Neil Clinton back inside his own 13-metre line, and it's now back with Jack Connaughton, the goalkeeper. Jack moves it on out here now. There's a chance for the Caulry men to get forward, a little bit of space here as carrying it forward, and it's laid off there. That was Sean Fox giving it on to Conor McCormack. McCormack goes inside to Baker. Baker, through the hands it goes. Adam Malind as well, just holds the ball up, gives it off to Sean Fox, and McCormack on the Garrycastle 45 comes back out, and with nothing else on, he's forced to come back here to the centre half forward. It's Aaron Rourke. Rourke Being closed down there by Conor Cosgrave, forced to give it back to his goalkeeper, and Jack Connaughton comes out across his own 45, fisted ball on as far as Stephen Conley. Conley is going to come under pressure here, just holds on to the ball, leaves it off to Sean Fox, and Garrycastle working hard, trying to put the pressure on there. Good work there by Conor McKiernan, but Caulry hold the ball. They have it over on the far side there, where it's gathered by Sean Clinton. And through the hands it goes here now, and eventually Alan Mullin has a chance to come forward. Uncontested, he comes inside the 13-metre line, he fires it across, the umpires look at it and don't have to make a decision because it hits the upright and breaks kindly for the Garrycastle men. 2 or 3 of them, they're awake for the breaking ball. Carried forward here now, and Conor Cosgrave has it. Cosgrave inside as far as James Dolan. Dolan spins away from his man and carries it forward in space, encouraged to get forward, and then kicks it down the line. Kevin Maguire trying to read that, and does read it in front of Michael Monaghan. Caulry snuff out that attack, and they have the possession over there. The full-back is Tom Cloonan. Tom has all the time in the world to pick it up back in his own 20-metre line. Gives a fisted ball on now to Neil Clinton. Clinton back to Cloonan. And Caulry put it through the hands here now as Sean Fox has a chance to carry it forward. A lot of players here in around the middle third of the field, but Aaron Rourke now has a chance to come forward. Has Ty Baker here in support. Baker wearing the number 5, but over on the left side of the field. Sean Fox then looks up and plays a nice ball across there on front of his teammate there. That's the number 19, Sean Clinton. Clinton moves it inside. Well gathered by Emmett Nally, but Nally's under severe pressure. The Garrycastle defenders do very well and they win it back. That was Owen Mulvihan, I think it was, did the work there and gets it on to Conor Cosgrave. Down the line it goes. Mickey Monaghan battling for it there with Kevin Maguire. Gives a little bit of a dummy and gets himself half a yard of space and gets the pass away. Lays it inside for Conor Cosgrave with the left foot, but that time just about to be blocked down as he was getting it away, and it just did enough. And it was Stephen Conley, the man who was diving in there, just did enough to force the Garrycastle man to hit that ball a little bit sooner than he had hoped. Goes wide, kick out for Jack Conlon, is hanging out there. Who's going to grab it? It was Stephen Conley. The referee has deemed that the Garrycastle man pulled the ball out of his hand, Shane. I don't know, I thought it was still there to be gathered, but the Caulry man went to the ground. The referee blows the whistle. He's going to award the free.
Yeah, it looked like a fair enough contest, but Barry's bringing it forward now because of a little bit of back chat. Look, I just think there's a couple of things, if I was Pat Flanagan, that would be bothering me, as well as Caulry seem to be playing. You know, I think every ball apart from a free that Shannon Baker has got, he has kicked it backwards. Emmett Nally, of course, he's won the penalty, but a number of balls have gone in and he hasn't managed, in a one-on-one contest, he wins the ball and he hasn't managed to do anything with it. You need to turn, you need to take on the back, you need to ask questions of him. So they're little things that Pat would be looking at. I think from a Garrycastle perspective, when they started quite brightly and had that focus on the inside, but Kevin Maguire has recognised that, Ray, and he's contested the last 3 balls that have gone in one-on-one and has come out with them. So, you know, kudos to that man, because it's going into different people and he's not necessarily in a sweeping role. He's seen where the danger, he's preempting where the kick is going, and he's doing very well. But James Dolan is dropping the sweep, and early doors in the game he was able to be part of the transition, but now he's kind of get caught between the play. When he goes forward, he can't get back. When he's back, he can't join going forward, and actually a lot of the game is going past him.
Yeah, he's up in the half-forward line now, being picked up there by Tyg Baker, but we had a yellow card there where Shane was giving his analysis there for Aaron Rourke, high tackle, and I think it was on Jack Donoghue as Jack was coming out with the ball, and referee gave the yellow card to the number 11, and Garrycastle now have the possession here. They've carried it out here where Anthony Larkin came forward so far and then just holds the possession, gives it back to Jack Donoghue. Donoghue moves it on here now, and the ball given inside here, and well gathered in there by Ben Dunnigan. Ben takes on his man. He had the mark, trying to get away from Emmett Nally. He's gone into it. A little bit of Caulry. He's a little bit unlucky, was the number 15, because maybe in hindsight should have taken the mark. And Kevin Maguire's pass across the centre, just a little bit short there. And midfielder there is Conor McKiernan. A little bit over anxious there, trying to get in that, and arm a little bit high there. I think is what the referee is going to deem in the tackle there, and it's going to be a yellow card as well for the number 9. But 21 and a half minutes, 6 points for Garrycastle, 1-2 for Caulry men, and free taken and back with the goalkeeper Jack Connaughton. Jack is trying to come out. He has a man, Owen Grennan, making himself available, and he exit from him, and from the 45 now through the hands. TEG Baker does well to get him, just spin away from the tackle there, and chance now for Caulry to move down the far side of the field here to have the possession, but again foul committed. Referee put the hand up in the air to play an advantage, but Stephen Connolly doesn't take and just takes the free and gives it back to TEG Baker again. 2-on-2 inside with a sweeper just standing in front of him, which is limiting the options for Caulry to get that ball inside. But Sean Fox has it here now, and Sean, nice little ball in over the top where TEG Baker's coming on tight. Fisted pass inside, but well read there by Jack Donohoe out in front of Conor McCormick. Did very well to get that possession back. Garrycastle have it again, right back in their own half-back line. They do well to carry it out. McKieran getting on it again, lays it off to Jason Nugent. Nugent heads up there, has Jimmy Dolan running into space. Dolan has the ball, but trying to get through the tackle. Good hands in there by the Caulry defenders. Possession turned over. Now there's a chance for Colin Murphy to get this ball forward. Right footed he gives it, and Conor McCormick comes out in front, shows and turns with the left foot, fires a beautiful ball across the field into space. Senan Baker will keep it in play. He's only a metre or two from the sideline, and then as he was going down the ball, the Garrycastle man, I think that's the full back, Jack Dunn, came in with a foot.
Yeah, I think Jack knew what he was doing.
And I think Senan Baker knew what he was doing as well, because he just enticedly left it there for him, and Donohoe came in with the foot, and just as the player was about to put his hands on it, so a free in, and the referee not taking any action, but he just has awarded the free for Caulry.
But there needs to be more urgency. Stephen Connolly stripped Jimmy Dolan of the ball. It gets out to McCormick. McCormick's pass was a little bit wide, but Senan Baker strolled over to it, Ray. He had a chance to drive to that ball, turn, take on a man that's coming towards him, and he had space in front of him. And he's after kicking a superb score. But, and again, lads mightn't be quite a championship pitch yet, but you have to play the game with urgency, especially nowadays. It's so seldom that you get a ball played to you where you can gather it and take your man on. And maybe it's a hangover from the type of football that the guys have been playing at county level and possession, but there needs to be an urgency about them.
Yeah, Sean Brennan was under pressure. He knew the time was against him as he kicked that ball. There was nothing on in front of him. He just went along route one, but doesn't find a man in a green jersey. And Caulry are on the response here now, and an opportunity there for Sean Clinton. And Sean, with the right foot, tips it over the bar and puts Caulry back into the lead. 2 points in quick succession. 1-4 for Caulry, 6 points for Garrycastle. 24 and a half on the clock. As Brennan with, again, very little options. There is space. We can see that we can get it out over the press, and this time that's exactly what he tried to do. Good work there by James Sheeran. He knew exactly what he was doing, felt the pressure on coming from behind as the ball was in the air, pushing the back. Referee sees it, awards the free. Conor Cosgrove with the ball in his hand on the Caulry 65-metre line and clips it into space here where there's a chance for Ben Dunnigan to get on it. Ben has it on the second attempt, steps back, holds the play up, gives it back to Cosgrove, and Cosgrove with that left foot fires a dangerous ball. It's in around the square. Jack Connaughton needs to be careful in here, and he was exactly that. Gathered the ball. There's a couple of players on the ground in there. Connaughton just has a look back to see that everything is okay. Garrycastle man still on the ground. I think the referee is going to hold the play up, looking for treatment for the Garrycastle man. I don't know who it is in there in the square, but it was a dangerous ball.
Yeah, I think it's Conor Cosgrove that's down in there. It was a dangerous ball. Again, it's probably a ball that was understruck. It was a good shooting opportunity. You know, those little things that need tidying up. But Jack Connaughton did very well. That long kick from Sean Brennan that managed to get as far as James Sheeran, and Sheeran did well. He knew that he was after getting caught under it a bit, but he, with his size, he held his position, and Owen Grennan came through him. But that also gave Caulry a great chance to get everyone filtered back from their high press. If there's a foul in the middle that slows the game, even for 10 or 15 seconds, you can get your defence set up. So it was a clever foul by Grennan. Had Sheeran caught it and taken the mark, there was a 2-on-2 inside, which that's what Garrycastle are looking to take advantage of. So Conor Cosgrove's getting a bit of treatment, and the new rule now, he'll have to leave the pitch and won't until the next break and play for him to enter, because it's not a head injury. Ray, as far as I understand.
Yeah, Barry Pearce is in the referee. Is having a look at it. I'm not sure, but it is Conor Cosgrove or not. But Kevin Maguire has gone in there. I think it may be Mickey Monaghan. I think it is. Yeah, it's number 10. Yeah, and he's exactly as you said. He's leaving the field. The referee sending him round to this side of the pitch, and possession with Ty Baker and with Caulry, so they'll get us underway again. 26, almost 27 minutes on the clock. 1-4 for Caulry, 6 points for Garrycastle as Kevin Maguire carries this ball into space. He has Tom Cloonan here beside him. Cloonan makes himself available and he takes it and heads straight down the centre of the field. No one coming to him, keeping on their own men. Cloonan carrying it forward. Does very well then, and a fisted ball out to Ty Baker. Gives Baker a chance to get the shot in, and that one comes in, but unfortunately for Ty, not on target. It was certainly a good opportunity for the Caulry men because they'd done well. Tom Cloonan took a ball and everyone seemed to just move away from it and allowed him to come right down the centre. Maybe he could have kept going further with it.
He could have done, but James Sheeran actually worked very hard to try and stay tracking him. He might have quite got there, but immediately James recognised, if I can get to the top of the D and he has to play the ball wide, I'm here holding the space. So I think James was a former Wicklow footballer, Ray. Like he's a good bit of mileage in him for Garrycastle over the last few years, and it's nice to see him out there helping dig this team back from where they are.
Yeah, good kick out that time from Sean Brennan. Gets his man Mark Call, and Garrycastle are coming forward again with Andy Monaghan. Andy just holds that possession, gives it back in to Conor Cosgrove on Connery's 45 metre, and he lays it off to Mickey Monaghan. Mickey inside to Sheeran again. Sheeran, nice ball into Ben Dunnigan. Dunnigan thought about taking on the shot, thought better of it, just holds that possession, comes back and gives it back into the centre where Jack Mulvehill has it. Jack takes the hit, moves the ball on to Conor McTiernan, and he on now to Jason Nugent. Nugent trying to get inside his man, drops the shoulder, takes him on. Sola's right, Sola's left. He's still going through. Don't know how he managed to squeeze through them. 3 outs of the referee.
Yeah, he got unlucky, Ray. Just lost his footing, but that's what you need your forwards to be doing, especially the way things are going, switching from one side to the other. When you switch the ball across the other side, the guy that gets that on the less loaded side has to take his man on. He got unlucky, he lost his footing. But it was disciplined tackling by Caulry as well at the same time.
Yeah, they've taken the free and have it out here now with Neil Clinton, and Neil leaves it on to Conor McCormick. McCormick ups the pace of this here now. Gives it into him at Nally, and Nally comes across into the centre, holds that possession, and then move back there by Sean Clinton, and a chance here for Alan Mullin to thread the ball inside. Gets his man in there as the centre half forward. Aaron O'Rourke, who seems to have just moved in that little bit. It's back out here now with Sean Clinton. Clinton just inside Garrycastle's 45 metre line, gives it back to Senan Baker, and through the hand. Caulry losing ground here, but they hold that possession. Conor McCormick gives it on now to Stephen Connolly, and back it goes over to the far side where there's time here now for Sean Clinton just to come forward. Thought about taking on the shot and just holds the ball himself and looking for somebody to make the loop run around, and if that man that makes it is Senan Baker, but Senan's shot hits the outside of the upright and goes wide, and another opportunity missed there. But Caulry look cool and composed. 2 minutes of additional time. Looks like we'll have a call here as well, but Caulry look controlled when they come forward with the ball.
They do, Ray, but they're struggling to identify the space or to get a runner into that pocket of space that they're creating, and then they're taking their shots from wide off what would be the ideal shooting arc. So they're doing an awful lot of it right, but the guys that are behind the play have to recognise where that space is. So, because Conor McCormick, every time he gets a ball, he looks up, he wants to deliver it, and that's fair and that's good, and that's what you want to see. Young Clinton here on the ball, the last time I was watching, there was 30 yards of space in front of him that he should have tried to fill, but I'm sure Pat Flanagan will analyse quite a bit of this and tidy those things up before 3 weeks' time, because you need to take advantage of every attack that you're structured.
Yeah, Caulry carried that ball into tight corridor of space here close to the sideline, tackled by the Garrycastle men, forced out over the sideline. Line ball is taken. Again, good fighting there by Andy Monaghan there, and the ball has gone out over the sideline. Monaghan, as the ball was there, he went for it, he got a fist on it. some of the supporters down here in front of us weren't too happy with it, but it did go out over the sideline, line ball for Caulry, and they've already taken it. Ty Baker is carrying it into the 20-metre line, lays it off as far as Owen Grannon, and back out here where Caulry have it now with Alan Mullin. Mullin going into the corner, and then he's forced to give it back out. It's back now with Conor McCormack, and McCormack sprays it back here as far as Sean Fox. Sean, halfway between 45 and 65, comes to the 45 and then pops it inside to Stephen Conley. Conley encouraged to come forward. He's going to back himself. He fires it in, right footed, and it's over the bar. Nice play there by the Caulry men. They're gone 2 points into the lead. We're almost on half time, but certainly control there on Conor McCormack, like you say, playing out at centre forward, spreading the ball around, and Barry Pearce does bring his half to an end. It's been a good game of football, Shane. It's been up and down. We really haven't had defensively and teams moving the ball quick, which is nice to see.
Yeah, they're certainly making an effort. There was an 8-minute lull in the middle of it from the 13th to the 21st minute where there was no score by either team. Both sides creating chances, just not being clinical enough. Like I said, there'll be elements that will be frustrating Pat Flanagan. There'll be other parts that he's seen as working well, the type of football he likes to play, the structures inside. Equally, Garrycastle are trying to approach this the right way. I think Jimmy Dolan's doing an awful lot of hard work, and it's taken him out of the game sometimes. When he gets back to sweep, it's good. It's causing problems for Caulry. When he tries to join the transition and then it's turned over and he can't get back, it's even causing problems for Garrycastle. So they might just have to settle on a position for Jimmy now when they're playing against the wind. There's a likelihood that Caulry will get a little bit more possession in their half, so he'd probably just have to focus on sweeping. And Caulry are then going to have to navigate that and figure out how do we kick it around. And like we said, Conor McCormack wants to kick every ball. And if you were an inside forward with a lad out in the 45 like that, you'd have a field there, but they're not looking for it. They're not looking enough for it. Emmett Nally has won a couple of balls, he's won a penalty.
And he scored a penalty. That's the score that's been the difference in the two sides.
And that opportunity is there for him if he can present for Conor a little bit more.
Right, that penalty is the difference, the main difference between the two sides here. Caulry in the lead here in this All-County League Football League Division 2 final. 2 points between the sides. Caulry 1-5, Garrycastle 6 points. Will you viewers at home watching the highlights? There will be more ads to be played, but don't worry, we'll be back in good time here for the second half.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today.
MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
That is what I do.
New Renault Arcana E-Tech Hybrid. Winner, Irish Medium Crossover SUV in the 2022 Car of the Year Awards.
Make sure you're connected. The writing's on the wall. And nothing else matters.
Welcome viewers back here now to TEG Cusack Park, where the Caulry have just made their way back out onto the pitch. 2 points to the good. Breeze, as we look over at the scoreboard, Shane, it's going to be a major factor. It's blown, I think, stronger than it was in that first half, but Caulry just going back in. Final couple of words from Pat Flanagan in there, and you know, Flanagan, plenty to work on with this Caulry team. They're a talented bunch as well. They have, you know, good quality players all over the pitch, so you know, it's going to be a nice fit for Pat Flanagan and Caulry as well.
Oh, it certainly is, and you know, they'll get a bounce from him being in there. As we mentioned earlier, how successful he's been with other clubs and in around different counties, so he'll adapt to different types of football very well. Yeah, the breeze, of course, is going to have a bit of a factor. It depends on how deep inside the Caulry decide to keep a couple of players up. Can they get enough ball in McCormick's hands to deliver off his left foot? He's a nice kicker of the ball. Can Baker and Emmett Nally win it inside, you know, and turn and take their men on? And like I said, I expect Garrycastle are probably going to deploy James Dolan in that sweeping role completely now in the second half. Although they do have to get a couple of scores to get themselves back into the game.
Yeah, you know, they were good in that first half. Mickey Monaghan, 3 points, 2 from frees. Conor Cosgrave, we know his ability in the left foot. He's been involved in plenty of, you know, of good things for Garrycastle. Jason Nugent at full forward, again, is a talented player, you know, that is probably now going to get a real opportunity to, you know, to nail down a permanent position on this team. Look at it from the outside in, Jason seemed to start, you know, be taken off, come on as sub, whatever, but he certainly has an opportunity now to nail down, and he's a good quality forward as well.
He is, and look, in fairness to him, he adapted well to that role as being an impact sub and bringing energy and pace, and he used to come in and around the half forward line. He's playing a little bit further inside today as a more of a target man. It'll be interesting to see where James Sheeran is deployed. Will he come out to be on the 45 to try and be an outlet for some of those kicks, or a longer kick out from Brennan again? I think, you know, we could see Caulry getting a lot of change out of this press that they tried to deploy against the wind in the first half. They got a couple of really good possessions and turnovers from that, and it's going to be even more difficult for Brennan now kicking into the wind. So I'd be interested to see how high up Caulry will press. What sort of gamble will they take on that kick out? Will they get a similar score from the throw-in like they did in the first half, you know, winning that clean ball, delivering a Harry because there isn't a defence set up?
Yeah, just looking, I think there's actually one thing I want to correct from the changes we were given before the start of the game, where we were told that number 2 Jack Mulvihill wouldn't start, but Jack is out there, and the man that didn't start for Garrycastle is the number 7 Killian Redmond, so that's who James Dolan was introduced for. Switches all over the place. They're looking, I think, to bring James Sheeran out for the throw-in. The big man had gone into the square, and Conor Cosgrave has gone in. There's a little bit of a switch.
Yeah, well, these are predictable scenarios in games, and they're prepared for. And you know, James Sheeran is getting up. He's a big body. They lost the throw-in and lost the score to it in the first half, and Garrycastle have managed to win it now. So that's Carl Henson rectifying a couple of things on the spot and on the fly. So you'd like to see management doing that, but maybe players should take a little bit more ownership as well.
Yeah, nice one there from the throw-in. James Sheeran gave it out to his midfield partner Conor McKieran. McKieran was fouled. Free is awarded. Conor McCormick went to ground there. Referee just checks on him, makes sure everything is okay, and Gary McCannon steps into a little bit of space now and gives the ball inside here, where it's fired in by Mickey Monaghan. Nice ball in front of Jimmy Dolan. Dolan has the possession. He's out in the Caulry 45, goes right and goes left, and then comes back inside again, gives it back to Andy Monaghan. Monaghan just holds that ball back now with McCallan. McCallan flicks it back as far as Anthony Larkin. Larkin just comes forward and pops the ball off. He's run impeded there, but the referee allows the play to go on, and is fired across into the centre, where it's gathered by Matthew Gaheen. Gaheen goes to ground, gets up, steps away from his man, and gives it on now to Owen Mulvihill. Mulvihill inside the 45, gives a dummy, holds the possession. On now as far as Jack Mulvihill. Mulvihill leaves it off to Conor Cosgrave. Cosgrave, he'll back himself, he fires it in, and the umpire signals that one is over the bar. Second point of the day for Conor Cosgrave, wearing the number 19. And it's one thing with Conor with that left foot, when he gets a shooting opportunity, he'll take it. Yeah,
a good strike into the breeze from a bit of distance. Caulry had packed the D, try and prevent runners coming through there, and if that's the case, then Garrycastle are going to have to kick over that little block of players, what do they call it nowadays, Ray? The low block and the mid block. They had a low block set up at that point.
Right, Caulry have done well on the kick out, and you see Owen Healy has been introduced at half time for Caulry, and the ball is fired over to Alan Mullin. Mullin very, very close to the sideline, gets his right foot to it to keep it in play, and is given back inside here now where Sean Clinton has it. And combined here again, there's an opportunity here for Caulry. A shooting opportunity for Alan Mullin. He leaned there after he left his boot, but he got it between the uprights. Good play there. There's a sub going to be introduced down below us here. Cathal Mannion wearing the number 13 is going to be introduced. But I see Owen Healy wearing the number 10. He's on for the second half. Just checking to see who's gone out, who went off there. But Andy Monaghan is making his way off here. Cathal Mannion.
Yeah, look, credit to Caulry for that score, and I think the credit has to go to Sean Clinton. The ball turned over now. If he can get his head up, there's a man inside.
He did well to get it. It's back now with McCormack, and McCormack has been waiting for that kind of an opportunity for a while, and that time with the left foot, shows his accuracy. Again, he's a very, very talented footballer, and probably a player that didn't really do himself justice at county level because he's had a lot of serious injuries, but he has plenty of talent, and I'm sure he'll have other days with Westmeath as well. But right now he's focused on Caulry. He fires down over the bar and kick out, knocked down, and Garrycastle on the break, and the quality of the O'Neill jersey tested there as Owen Mulvihill tried to get away with that ball, and referee allows the advantage, and Ben Dunnigan has a Ben reverse pass to Shear, and Shear another ball out, but then this time the attempted shot is half blocked down. Jason Nugent is going for it, goes to ground. Garrycastle's supporters down here in front of it thought that Nugent was fouled there as he was going down on the ball. The referee didn't allow it, and then tackle comes in. Oh, and Kevin Maguire, what a gift! Oh, Mickey Monaghan will never get an easier opportunity to score a goal. Kevin Maguire, a complete lapse in concentration there from the number 17, gave the ball back inside. It was a 50-50 ball. Credit to Monaghan, he was alert to it, walked it into an empty net.
Yeah, draw game, Ray. I suppose it's hard to criticise Kevin Maguire on anything with it. Jack Connaughton wasn't lively enough off the line, but it was a very, very dangerous pass to play. Monaghan reacted well and just brings the game back level. Prior to that, we've seen the two scenarios with Sean Brennan's kickouts. The first one where Caulry pressed high, turned it over and got a score. And the second one where he kicked it over the press. That's where Garrycastle got that opportunity out to get up the pitch.
Senan Baker is coming in here. He goes by Matthew Gaheen, goes left, goes right, and then the referee at the very end said, too many steps.
Yeah, and correctly so, but that's what we want to see Senan doing, taking his man on, not kicking the ball backwards like he did it for the entire first half. And I'm sure Pat Flanagan had a word with him. You know, get the ball, you're playing Division 2 football in Westmeath, not being derogatory. Take your man on, see what you can get out of it. And, you know, he's more impressive when he plays the game that way.
Yeah, free. Won by Garrycastle over on the far side of the field. The ball is back with Jack Mulvihill. Mulvihill gives in now as far as Owen Mulvihill as he comes forward, looking around to see what's available. Nothing up on front, so he gives it back to Anthony Larkin. Larkin back to Matthew Gaheen. Gaheen comes forward. We're looking for the runner there, and it was Ben Dunnigan that had made himself available, beaten to it this time, and Caulry mop it up back inside their own 20-metre line. Owen Healy taking the ball into the D, tackled and dispossessed there, and then looked like there was a foul this time. James Sheeran looked like he was tripped. I thought the referee wasn't going to blow the whistle, but a late whistle, and he awards the free, and the free is right on the edge of the D, and a chance now for Garrycastle to go back into the lead. Conor Cosgrove has the ball in hand. It's fairly central. We're 6 minutes into the second half. The sides are level at 1-7 apiece. Cosgrove he'll be on the edge of the D by the time he strikes the ball. He comes forward, and with the left foot he kicked it very, very high, and certainly a bad miss of a man of his calibre would have fancied him to put that one over. But
yeah, unlucky, and he was the man that created the opportunity. He worked really hard to turn that ball over. James Sheeran got in to help him, and now the press that Garrycastle have put on Connaughton's kick out has given them possession back.
Oh, Matthew Gaheen runs into three defenders there, and then I thought there may have even been a call for a charge against the Garrycastle man, and He's going to get himself into a little bit of trouble here, a little bit of afters there as two players went to ground. He's going to plead his case there, but Barry Pearson looking at that thing, so it's going to be a card. It's only a yellow one for the Garrycastle number 6. Free for Caulry. And Tyke Baker takes him back to his goalkeeper. And they go across the left-hand side. Connaughton has a runner there, making himself available to Sean Clinton. Clinton ball put his teammate under a little bit of pressure there. Emmett Nally had to go hide, and foul committed there by the Garrycastle man. He's going to plead his case. Jason Nugent, the number 14 there, is he going to go into the book as well?
Yeah, this bonus for Caulry. Sean Clinton's hand pass was far too high. Nally won it, and the opposing number 14 is after picking up a yellow card, so it's a double whammy.
Yeah, we're on the way with Kevin Maguire getting the free in here to Olin Healy. Ball is back with Maguire very close to the sideline, trying to get into a little bit of space. Shrugs off the Garrycastle defender there, and Caulry have the possession now. Work it out from the 20-metre line. Back now to McCormack, and on the run with the left foot. He fires in and out. Whoa, it was a fabulous kick in, kind of across his body there. But goalkeeper Sean Brennan had to keep an eye on it, and it hit the upright and stayed in play. And Brennan had to get out after it now. And Garrycastle have it here now inside their own 45. And good tackling there on Conor Cosgrove there as he was trying to get the ball out. Not falls out over the sideline. It's a line ball. Senan Baker is taken, and it's a good kick in from Senan because Olin Healy is in space, and he fires a first time ball out in front of Emmett Nally. Nally wins it, bounces off his shoulder there from Jason Nugent, and they have it again here now, but and hold that possession, trying to work it from favourite position here. And Stephen Connolly this time looks up, and he has Colin Murphy in acres of space on the 20-metre line. Time to fire it in. He drops it in. It's dangerous, and the goalkeeper had to be careful on that one. Sean Brennan, he did very well. Got two fists to it, got it away from the danger area, and more importantly, finds one of his teammates. And Jack Donoghue fires a lovely ball down the sideline. Can Mickey Monaghan keep it in play? He can, very close to the sideline. Chips it up, heading for the goal. Sean Fox is trying to get back, forces him back inside. Ben Donegan goes from his right back onto his left, fires in. It's going to stay in play, and that man James Sheeran is under. Sheeran, I think, deemed to have pushed his man there as that ball broke, but
yeah, it seemed to be penalised for using his size and a bit of strength to muscle in front of the ball. It was a poor kick across the square. You know, there's a little bit of sloppiness, but maybe that's because the intensity is picked up a little bit, Ray. And lads haven't played at this sort of level for a while, I'd imagine. We're getting closer and closer to the summer and a bit of championship, so it's good to see.
Yeah, and Caulry on a nice move here. Turned over to Alan Mullin, Hazel Mullin. Ball inside with good tracking back there, but it breaks nicely for Senan Baker. And Senan under a bit of pressure there as he got the kick away and can't get it on target. Ball harmlessly out over the end line. There's a sub coming in down below us for Garrycastle, wearing the number 21 is Jamie Carroll. Yeah, certainly, Shane, the intensity seems to be rising. All right, is it Sheeran that's going to make his way off? It looks like it is. James Sheeran wearing the number 22. He's going to be replaced by the man wearing the number 21, that's Jamie Carroll.
Well, whatever's the antithesis for like, Ray, you could say here, you know, the big man from Wicklow's come off, and young Jamie Carroll is after coming in, a real speed merchant. I see him with a little bit of strapping on his hamstring. I hope that doesn't hold him back from using what he's got. And immediately Kevin Maguire has gone to him, so he's aware of what this young fella brings with him. Yeah, free out, free in the middle of the field there. Owen Mulvihill wins a free for his side, takes the free. It's gone down the far side, and Mulvihill is onto it again. Ball, it's fisted out of the Garrycastle man's hand there by one of the Caulry defenders there as he was about to get the pass away, and it works out nicely for Caulry because they have possession now again and they work it out. Stephen Connolly with a fisted ball inside. Just asked a little bit there of Tyke Baker, but Tyke was up to the task, gets the possession, gets it on here to Alan Mullin. Mullin just holds it back now with Emmett Nally, and Nally switches it back into the centre. There's a lot of traffic in there, but they carry it forward here, and good work there by the Caulry men. And then the kick from Colin Murphy. He's gone out over the sideline on the full, but it's going to be a line ball. It's getting a little bit sloppy, Ray, but again, that's due to the picking up the intensity. Garrycastle being good, but when you break a tackle of 3 lads there, you have to have a little bit more composure, realising that you're actually after getting by the pressure. Now is when you have a cool head and you make a good decision and execute well. So frustrations, I'm sure, on both sides.
Yeah, Garrycastle have taken the line ball, went back to the keeper, and they work it out now. The full back is Jack Donoghue. Jack, heavily strapped there, but he does well. Gets it over to the far side here, where there's a chance now for Cathal Mannion to get on the ball, and Mannion, nice little ball in over the top. Coming forward, Jason Nugent makes himself available, and with the right foot fires it in, but that's not going to bother anyone there. And another scoring opportunity, and the wind probably a factor on it there, but certainly it was an opportunity for Garrycastle to get themselves in the lead. We're almost halfway through this second half, and it's very evenly poised now, 1-7 apiece. Garrycastle Owen Mulvihill putting great pressure on Sean Fox there, and does well to win the free for his side on the Caulry 45, and Mulvihill is looking up and seeing what's available. And you've seen a runner inside, but he couldn't get it now. A little bit of frustration from Mulvihill there as he blocked the run there, and he's going to get himself at the minimum a yellow card. And I think a little bit of frustration on Mulvihill's behalf there, because he's seen the player making the run across the field and just couldn't get it through to him.
Yeah, I think, Ray, we're seeing the symptoms of some of the coaching styles that have been deployed, not just in Westmeath, but across the country for the last number of years. And the game is changing again. It's becoming a bit more of a kicking game. But that execution of the kick pass or even shot at goal is very poor. Lads haven't been doing it for enough of it for long enough, and that's what's letting this game down. Everything else tactically, they're getting it right. Possession-wise, they're getting to the right places. They're trying to do the right things. It's just the kicking has been very poor in this game.
Yeah, Garrycastle have turned it over again. They have the possession back in their own half-back line. Ball first time down the sideline over on the far side, and pull back there on the Garrycastle. And again, no, the referee could have played the advantage. The Garrycastle won't mind now because it wasn't finished to the back of the net. But again, good play there, but lazy foul, pull back there. I think it's Colin Murphy, the man that's going to go into the referee's notebook over there on the far side. But it will be a free for Conor Cosgrave when the ball makes its way back out. He's probably just less than 40 metres or so out from the goal. It is a yellow card for the Caulry man. We'll just see the number in a second.
Yeah, it is. It's Colin Murphy.
Colin Murphy, the number 9. And a chance now for Garrycastle just to go into the lead 14 and a half minutes into the second half, and then he goes short with it, works it out. And Cosgrave was still available and is still available looking for the ball, but Mickey Manor hasn't then. Treads it through to Jack Mulvihill, and Jack coming forward, taps it in over the top. Jamie Carroll with the shot. Oh! Beautiful finish. You figured there was something. There was something special about this man, number 21, and he showed it there. It narrows and tight as of angles, hardly room to get the ball between the goalkeeper and the post, but somehow he managed to finish it to the back of the net. And game on here now, and he's back trying to help his defence now, because Owen Healy carries it forward. Back now with McCormack. McCormack with the shot. Is he going to carry in? The goalkeeper has to be careful. Gets it off the crossbar and off his hands, and he does well to come out and to beat the attacker to it, and he does very well. Did Sean Brennan gets it out now as far as Conor McKieran. That's a great boost for Garrycastle, especially playing into the wind, and they're breaking down the far side of the field. The ball fired inside, and they have the possession, a little bit of space. Owen Mulvihill, he lays it off now as far as Mickey Monaghan. Mickey turns it, holds it, comes back onto his left, gives it back to Cosgrave. Cosgrave slips inside his opponent, gets back to his feet, and he looks up and gets a lovely ball inside. They're calling it down here, go for the mark. Gathered very well here, but it's Conor Cosgrave that's going to have to kick it, and it's not suitable on the suitable side for the left footed player, and Barry Pearce is not happy that Cosgrave was trying to rob a few yards to take this mark, so he brings it back in and he goes short. Ball back out with Donegan. Donegan with the shot, it's hanging high. Is it going to stay in play? Jimmy Dolan has got his body in the right place to get that ball and let it drop down. A couple of Garrycastlemen almost got in each other's way, and the ball is Ben Donegan, I think the man that finished in the back of the net, Shane. The ball broke out, Jimmy Dolan did superbly to get the possession, but the ball came across. It looked like to be almost behind Donegan, and certainly almost soccer style, curled it into the top corner, and Caulry putting themselves under pressure again because the possession from the kick out is won, and the man who had just got the goal has another opportunity to get a score, but unfortunately that's off the hoop there. There's a chance to put 7 between them, which will be a 3-score game. 2 goals are different between the sides. We're 17 minutes into the second half, but another opportunity squandered, and at this stage of this game they almost have their foot on Caulry's neck, Shane. They need to just finish it out now, every chance they get.
Yeah, it's been a frantic couple of minutes. We haven't had a chance to even talk about Jamie Carroll's goal, and another one's gone in from Ben Donegan.
Another opportunity here over Shannon Baker there as he's been tackled by Jack Donoghue, and looked like it almost handed on the ground, but the Caulry or the Garrycastle defenders are back there in numbers and cope with that piece of danger, and they have the possession here now. As ball is given here to Mannion, and Mannion, lovely little ball down the line. A little bit of soccer skill here as the ball is kept in possession there. Mickey Monaghan did superbly well on the ground there to keep that possession. Jason Nugent is coming out to try and get a little bit of ball out around the middle of the field, pointing to Anthony Larkin, and he has a man spare over on the far side. They do get it over there and just hold that ball and slow it down. Jimmy Dolan calling for it, takes it, pops it on to Nugent again. Nugent, little ball low along the ground, controlled well by Ben Donegan. Donegan slips away from his man, carries it forward on. Oh, dangerous, the ball hopped right in front of Kevin Maguire, almost hopped over his head, but went off his hand. Donegan is a classy looking player, just hasn't got the finish today, but his goal was
that's what's
superb.
letting him down, Ray. Certainly his ball winning is good, his movement inside is good, but his striking off the foot is poor, and that was so poor that it caused problems. It skidded up off the ground in front of Kevin, but now that we get a chance to catch our breath, there's a little bit of break and play. Like Jack Mulvihill got a ball going straight at goal and seemed to shift the pass left. I thought he was going too wide. Jamie Carroll taught him nothing, only the back of the net, and as you said, the squeeze it between the keeper. At one point I thought perhaps that's gone in the side net with such a narrow angle. Great goal, great finish, and Sean Brennan's after striking a lovely 45 over the bar here as well. And then, you know, a ball, as you said, Jimmy Dolan did very, very well to gain possession, shipped the hand pass back in towards the kick-out spot, if you like. And Ben Donegan got a strike on it. It wouldn't be out of place in the Euros in Germany this week. It just lobbed the keeper and into the roof net. How quickly a game can change with a couple of small pieces of play.
Yeah, they're gone 7 ahead now thanks to that goal, or that 45 there, as Matthew Gaheen carries it forward as well. The ball a little bit short there. He put Conor McKieran under a little bit of pressure. McKieran had 2 red jerseys swamped on him straight away as soon as he got it, but the referee said that they committed the foul and the free is for Garrycastle, and Jimmy Dolan just holds the possession, gives it back as far as Gary McCallan. McCallan cross into the centre, and they move it further right now where there's a chance for Jack Mulvihill to come forward. A little bit of pace in that there. The ball breaks kindly for Jack, falling up the play. There's a Garrycastle man on the ground off the ball. Don't know what happened there, but it is going to be a free for Garrycastle. I'm not sure, is it a Caulry man? Did the 2 Caulry men collide with each other? What happened over there? Just see who's on the ground. I think it is one of the Caulry players, but the referee just look around to see it is the midfielder there, Colin Murphy. He's been in the wars. I think it was a collision with one of his own players there, but Garrycastle warming up. A sub down below us here, Ger Heenan. But we'll watch the play in here as Conor Cosgrove has this free. It's just about 40 metres or so from the post. This time he's going to fire it in himself. Gets a good connection on it, drops in and drops it over the bar. Good score again, and like you say, Shane, the game has switched very much on its head now. Garrycastle 8 points to the good.
Oh yeah, when they smell blood, Ray, they go for it. Look, it all probably stemmed from the unfortunate kick across the square by Kevin Maguire that resulted in Garrycastle's first goal and getting level. You know, there was 3 little moments. Then, like I said, Jamie Carroll ruthless goal for goal. You know, a more seasoned player might have just fisted that over the bar and kept the scoreboard ticking, but he went for it, he nailed it, and then a fortuitous goal by Ben Donegan. And that's pretty much the game turned on its head. I can't see Garrycastle losing it from here. But what Pat Flanagan now want to see, what sort of reaction is there in this group of Caulry boys? How important is the league? Not so much, but how important is to see an effort and an honesty with them, and how do they react? And can they drag themselves back into it any bit at all if they're honest enough to work hard enough for the full hour? That's what Pat will be looking at.
Yeah, Garrycastle have possession out here again. Is Jason Nugent gives it into Jamie Carr, but Carr knew that there was a player about to close him down. Too many steps to the referee. Free. Ty Baker has already taken back with the goalkeeper. Caulry need to show a little bit of urgency. 22 minutes on the clock. They come out of the defence. Baker has it here now, just coming out towards his own 45. Fisted ball over here as Kevin Maguire has made himself available. He's notably pushed himself forward now, and there's a chance here for the fullback Tom Cloonan to go forward. Cloonan to Baker. Baker, quick hands to Kevin Maguire. Needs a goal, I would say, and that's what he was going for, but just over the crossbar. But a nice response there by the Caulrymen. Good hands, quick hands, right down the centre. And Maguire involved a couple of times in that play, and I think he was looking for just under Sean Brennan's crossbar, but it just cleared the bar. A point just brings it back to 7 again. 3-9 for Garrycastle, 1-8 for Caulry. 22, almost 23 minutes on the clock as Sean Brennan, right-footed, launches it and hangs it out into the centre. Ty Baker is under this, unopposed, goes high, gets the mark, takes it quickly, fires it on him out to Tom Cloonan. Cloonan carries it forward, fisted ball inside. And this time, the ball not won at the first attempt, broke back kindly for Cloonan. Cloonan gives it to McCormack. McCormack looks up and sees that he has a man over in loads of space, over on the far side. It's Sean Clinton. Clinton carries it forward. Again, forced to turn and go back. Look, he didn't take too many steps, but Ormond Veal showed all his experience there, and he was back covering at it. Says, thank you very much now. And the ball is on now with Conor Cosgrove. Garrycastle, nice play here now. Ormond Veal is on it again. All the time in the world to come forward, and they hold that possession again. Back now with Cosgrove, and Cosgrove with the left foot spreads it all the way across here where Conor McKiernan has time to let the ball bounce before Conor McCormack does get to him, but McCormack deemed to have fouled the Garrycastle man. It's a free that Mickey Monaghan is going to take, but Mickey's in no real hurry to take it. Sub couldn't come in. Shane Lawless listed at number 12. He's making his way in for Caulry for the last 6 or so minutes. There will be a couple of minutes of additional time, I will imagine, just waiting for there to make his way off here. It's Emmett Nally, the number 13, is making his way off. Looks like a problem with his shoulder there. He's just telling the physio as he comes in there. A little bit of off the ball stuff there as the free was about to be taken there, and the referee.
I think James Dolan took too long over it, but you know that's a little bit of experience as well. I know it's Gerard Hennig who came in. Monaghan had the ball on the 65-yard line, and obviously Gerard's just come on the pitch very eager to get a ball kicked inside to him. So Garrycastle held the ball. They're going to see this game out. That's a little bit of experience as well. What do I do? What are the right decisions to make?
Yeah, but
He showed his pace there, Ray, as well. Yeah. You know, this is what he used to do when he was introduced as a sub. But if he's still able to do that, 25 minutes into the second half, there's no reason why he shouldn't be starting.
Yeah, lovely quality point here from the throw-in. They won the possession, they broke and did very well to bring it down the field, put that lead back out to 8 points again. Caulry have won the kick out. Kevin Maguire has the possession. He's looking up to see what's available inside, but is forced to hold the possession and work it back here now. There's a chance for Stephen Connolly to come forward. Connolly heads up play because he has his midfield partner Colin Murphy in space, and Murphy takes the shot. And first score of the game for the number 9. He had all the time in the world to steady himself. Maybe need to show a little bit of urgency, because I think at this stage, Shane, they need a goal to get themselves back into this game to give us an exciting finish to it.
Yeah, that's what we need, Ray, as neutrals watching it. It's going to kind of peter out, unfortunately, because I think as often as Garrycastle can get their hands on the ball here, they'll slow this game down. Yeah. But Caulry are still competitive. They're out to win a good kick out there, but like you said, they will need a goal.
Yeah, and an opportunity for them here now as Harry Shore, trainer, is on the 13-metre line. It opens up. Oh, Harry, why didn't you hit it yourself? Well, maybe that's why he didn't hit himself, because he gave a reverse pass back on him. And like we said, we needed a score for the finishing, but beautiful finish there by the number 14. into the back of the net, and certainly 3.5 minutes on the clock, and we're back to a 4-point game. 3-10 now for Garrycastle, 2-9 for Caulry, and Sean Brennan will be in no hurry with this next kick out. But again, Barry Pearce will be keeping an eye on the clock here now as Brennan 2 steps back and with the right foot fires it down the centre. Up they go. Who's on the breaking ball? It's starting to break now for the Caulry. Kevin Maguire leaves it off to Conor McCormick. McCormick crosses Garrycastle 45. He's still going. Can he just take the score? Oh, it's off the upright. Comes back in with the danger not gone yet. Oh, Alan Malin got a fist to it. Possession then gathered by the Garrycastle man. And coming out there, 3 Caulry men on front of them commit the foul. Garrycastle man goes to ground. It's going to be a free. This free is back inside their own D. I think the referee is telling Garrycastle to get on with the free. Was good work there. I think that's Jack Donoghue. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you can certainly say Garrycastle getting the little bit of rub of the green today. That lob goal was very fortuitous. Conor McCormick hit both uprights in this half Ray, with what looked like very decent strikes. You know, you're only talking millimetres from there being 2 additional scores. Only a 2-point game then. Just to mention young Harry Stewart trainer, like he made a super run. Your question is pass to Malin, but Malin's finish off the inside of the foot, placed it, you know, pass it into the net like the Gooch used to say. A lot of lads in that position drop the head and bury it, you know, hit it as hard as they can, and they've no control. So it was a fabulous finish as well.
Yeah, and already have the possession. That man, Harry Stewart Trainer, involved again as he gives it over to Kevin Maguire. Stewart Trainer has gone forward. Maguire finds him again with the ball and recycle back out there now as far as Owen Healy. And Healy has 2 men here in the centre. One of them is Stephen Connolly. Connolly, he's going to back himself, but he was under a little bit of pressure. He fired down, and not only is it not going to go over the bar, it's going out over the sideline. Line ball for Garrycastle, deep back inside in their own 13-metre line. Crucial now that they get work this ball out. There's 4 between them. It's 1.5 minutes or so remaining on the clock. Not the best line ball in the world. It's intercepted here now, and Conor McCormick has it. McCormick is going to back himself, but he's not going to get that one on target. Another opportunity. Maybe Caulry just need to show a little bit more composure there now. They've had a couple of opportunities to close the gap that little bit further, and they haven't taken either of them. So still the 4 between them. 29 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock over there on the far side as Sean Brennan ambles his way out towards the 20-metre line. Barry Pearson is going to tell him, is there going to be a sub coming in? Yeah, but it's not time to get in. Caulry, I think, are going to introduce someone, but the ball is fired out into the centre, broken down, and Jimmy Dolan onto the breaking ball, gives it on to Jamie Carroll again. Carroll forced a little bit left, or a bit wide, and off his right foot, fires it across, and it's not even going to go to play because 3 minutes of additional time. Kevin Maguire keeps down in play. He moves it on now to Sean Clinton. Plenty of time for Caulry to get those 2 scores. Clinton does well, carries it forward, leaves it off now to Owen Healy. Healy carries it in. Caulryman attacking down the left side, but plenty of players over on this side. Shannon Baker, another opportunity. You know, there's been 3 opportunities there for Caulry, and they haven't taken any. There was sub coming in. Darren Hines wearing the number 2 is coming in for Caulry, and I think it's Mickey Green, wearing number 25, who's just been introduced for Garrycastle. We'll see who's coming off. It is Jason Nugent, who's making his way off for Garrycastle. Waiting for the Caulry man to make his way off again.
Again, a lot of this, Ray, is time management, game management. You know, it's 40 seconds now since Brennan first put the ball down in the tee. As you said, was ambling up to it. He got a kick away. It's brought back. So this all suiting Garrycastle in the dying minutes of the game.
Yeah, he does well to work a short kick out now, and Owen Mulvihill was there to take the ball away from Gary McCallan. Mulvihill goes across in the centre, attracts 2 or 3 defenders or red jerseys, and then does well just to hold the ball and give it inside. And then Garrycastle have had the rub of the green again. They were lucky to hold that possession. Mickey Green has it this time as he comes across this side of the field. Fisted ball on into space, but again intercepted by Owen Healy. And Caulry have the possession again. Foul there on Healy as he was trying to get the ball away, and they have the possession, and they've taken it quickly now back inside for Harry Stewart Trainer. Gives the ball across now to Sean Clinton. Clinton, lovely ball down. Mark being called. Need to get the score here now. Minute and a half to go. Ball is fired in high, and is fired over the bar.
And again, no urgency with Sean Brennan bringing the ball out of course. Ray, he's just every 10 or 15 seconds he can wind off this clock, because kudos to Caulry, they've dragged themselves back in. I said that's what Pat Flanagan will be looking to see from this group. It's been the likes of Sean Clinton. I think Conor McCormack has been excellent. Kevin Maguire has driven them forward. Ty Baker has been good at half back, and they're all the things that Pat Flanagan will take out. But we've just seen this as something that will be massively frustrating for him. I just mentioned Ty Baker turns around, a stiff arm in. And again, that's suiting Garrycastle's taking seconds off the clock. But you learn those things with experience. I'm sure Pat will sit down and have a chat with the lads, or stand up, whatever way he operates, and try to teach them what's the best course of action at these moments in the game. Garrycastle obviously understand them. They're doing it. They're killing the game. Exaggerated fall. Get the ball in certain people's hands.
Yeah, Mickey Green as well.
Yeah, Mickey will be in no hurry to take this free. I'm sure the instruction will be to just keep it.
Jimmy Dolan trying to get it away and prevent him doing so, but then gives a nice ball down here as far as Jerry Heenan, and Heenan moves it inside and pulled on first time there by Harry Stewart trainer. But as you said, that'll suit Garrycastle. The ball has gone out over the sideline. It's over inside Caulry's own 13-metre line, and they'll be in no hurry to get it. Clock said we're gone 16 seconds, with 3 minutes of additional time was the call, I think. And we're over that, 20 seconds. See Gary Dolan down here as this ball is fired across into the centre. Mickey Green and got himself into a little bit of space, but it's gathered in front of him there by the number 13, Cathal Mannion. And Mannion fires it over the bar, and probably going to be the clinching score, because it's gone now to a 2-score game. We see Diarmuid Murtagh, the number 12, down below us for Garrycastle. I don't think we're even going to have time to get him on, because Jack Connerton has kicked the ball out for the final time here in this All-County League Division 2 final, and it is the men from Garrycastle who emerged victorious, 3 goals and 11 points to Caulry's 2 goals and 10 points. I don't know whether, we said at the start of the game, Shane, I don't know whether it is an upset or not, but certainly Garrycastle will be happy to get the silverware. They're back in Division 1 for next year. First part of the year worked nicely for Gary Dolan, Carol Henson and co. They'll be now hoping that when the championship starts, that they'll be back here next October, so to win that intermediate championship to get back to senior status.
Yeah, I think the chat locally in the county were that Caulry were probably the slight favourites going into it. I always thought it was going to be tight. It swung on a couple of small incidents. The pass across the square that brought parity to the game of 1-7 apiece. Then the loopy goal by Ben Donegan. But kudos to Caulry for the way they reacted to it. Like I mentioned, some of the kicking during the game was of very, very low quality. There was some excellent stuff in the game as well. I think tactically both teams are being very smart with how they're playing the game, and silverware for Garrycastle tonight, but that won't be the ultimate aim this year. They'll be looking to bounce back up and join the likes of St. Malachy's and those teams that have come up from intermediate in recent years back up in senior championship. I'd say Pat Flanagan will be pleased with a lot of what he saw. He's plenty to work on. There's certainly a group of players there that can be extremely competitive in senior championship. They're young, they're athletic, they have leaders. They just need to deploy that game plan that Pat's trying to implement a little bit better, tidy up those loose ends of the inaccuracies of the kicks, trust themselves a little bit more, believe in themselves a little bit more. Like I think that there's massive potential in Senan Baker. I think Senan just needs to lift himself out of whatever gloominess he seems to be under and show off a little bit. Kevin Maguire will drive them on, but this evening Division 2 title for Garrycastle, probably, I don't know, they had a second string compete in Division 2 back in their pomp. I don't know if they have a Division 2 title any of those players. So that's something nice to take away from it. But it's all focused now for 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to take a break here from commentary. Thanks very much for Shane for his analysis. We're going to take a break for commentary. Jack Donoghue is the team captain. He's going to make his way across. But we'll leave viewers with a few highlights and some ads possibly. But we'll be back here for the presentation in the next couple of minutes.
Right. Just hold it a moment.
We're back here. Our camera down on the sideline as we get ready for the presentation. Jack Donoghue is the Garrycastle captain, and we'll hand over now to Frank Meskel, Westmeath County Board Chairman.
And welcome to Garrycastle. First of all, I'd like to congratulate both teams on a wonderful display of football. Great goal scoring, great point scoring. I think at the minute England could do with a couple of those goals, but anyway, we saw them here in Cusack Park. So, great welcome back for Garrycastle. Performed really well today. Things look good for you for the year ahead. On today's performance, not so for Caulry. It's back to the drawing board for you. You are much better than what you showed today, and you have a few weeks to get it in order for the championship. Best of luck to both teams in the championship. You're in different challenges, so best of luck to both of you. Thanks to Barry Pierce and his team of officials on a job really well done. With that, I'm going to hand the cup over to a great young footballer, well, maybe not so young at this stage, Jack Donoghue. And he just want to say one thing.
No, listen, lads, since we were last up in Cusack Park, this is a trophy. We lost a valued member of our club, Animal Wheel. Why don't you all just put it together for Animal Wheel? That's been a valued member. Caulry, lads, fair play to you, lads. It's savage team, man. You look very well this year. You're going to champion. Hope you the best. And lastly, lads, Jimmy Nolan, just want to congratulate you on a great career you had at Westmeath. You sadly lost us all in Broome, and we're delighted to have you back. So I wanted to give him a big round of applause. Thank you.
Well said, Jack. Thank you very much.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today.
MJ Stone Building and Developments,
proud sponsor of Westmeath GA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
That is what I do.
New Renault Arcana E-Tech Hybrid. Winner, Irish Medium Crossover SUV in the 2022 Car of the Year Awards.